As World War II raged across Europe, the Mediterranean theater became a critical battleground. The fall of Greece to Axis forces in April 1941 set the stage for the next strategic objective, Crete. The strategic position of Crete made it a valuable asset. Controlling the island allowed for dominance over the sea routes in the region, and provided a base for air operations. Recognizing this, both the Allies and the Axis powers viewed the island as a critical prize. The German plan to conquer Crete, codename Operation Mercury, focused on quickly capturing key airfields in order to bring in reinforcements. The force that would assault Crete consisted of 22,000 troops from the German 7th Airborne Division and 5th Mountain Division, plus the 600 support and fighter aircraft of the 8th Air Corps. The attack was to be split in 3 groups. Group West with the task of securing Malin Airfield. Group Center will land near Chania, Sauda Bay and Rethymno. Group East will attempt to take Heraklion and the airfield there. The British Commonwealth forces defending Crete included the original 14,000-man British garrison, and 25,000 additional troops evacuated from the Greek mainland and about 10,000 Greek troops. The 2nd New Zealand Division, along with 3 Greek regiments, defended the Malin area and its crucial airfield. At Sauda Bay, the defense was organized by the Mobile Naval Base Defense Organization, supported by 2 Australian battalions and the 2nd Greek Regiment. Nearby, guarding the capital of Chania, was the 1st Battalion of the Welsh Regiment. The 19th Australian Brigade, supported by 2 Greek regiments, were responsible for the defense of Rethymno. 30 miles east, the Heraklion sector was defended by the British 14th Brigade, a battalion from the 19th Australian Brigade, and 2 Greek regiments. In the early morning hours of May the 20th, the German Air Force conducted extensive bombing on the island's defenses and airfields. The first major target was Malin Airfield. At 8 a.m. on May the 20th, glider-borne troops of the 7th Airborne Division Storm Regiment arrived over Malin attempting to capture the airfield. Simultaneously, paratroopers from the 3rd Airborne Regiment landed west of Chania and the 1st Battalion of the Storm Regiment near Sauda Bay. The airborne troops encountered fierce anti-aircraft and small arms fire from the well-prepared forces of the Allies, resulting in significant casualties. Initially, the Allies managed to hold the Germans in place on all fronts, and even wiped out the troops that landed on Akrotiri Peninsula. On May the 20th, at 16:15, 2nd Airborne Regiment landed near Rethymno and are trying to capture the airfield there. At 17:30, the 1st Airborne Regiment and 2 additional battalions landed west and east of Heraklion. The landings were poorly coordinated, with paratroopers scattered and many landing directly into prepared defensive positions, thus suffering heavy casualties. Still, remnants of the 2nd Airborne Regiment captured the hills overlooking the airfield, while an attack on Rethymno was repelled by Greek militia. At first light on May the 21st, the Australians launched counterattacks, but the paratroopers held their ground. Meanwhile, heavy fighting is ongoing at Hill 107 near Malin Airfield. Hill 107 was crucial because it overlooked the airfield, and its capture would enable the Germans to push back the Allies from Malin Airfield. Elements of the 5th New Zealand Brigade held Hill 107 and managed to keep the Germans in check, but due to a series of communications issues, the troops holding the hill withdrawn from their positions, leaving them for the Germans to take. In the morning of May the 21st, the hill and the airport came under German control. On May the 22nd, after the loss of the airport, the 5th New Zealand Brigade made several attempts to retake it, but ultimately failed due to strong German defense and overwhelming air support. German forces consolidate their hold on Malin Airfield, allowing the German Air Force to fly in reinforcements, including the 5th Mountain Division. At Heraklion, the Greek garrison lacked supplies, and on the first day of the landings, the Germans breached the defensive perimeter. Despite this, the Greeks counterattacked and reclaimed the lost positions. On May the 21st, the Germans launched another offensive against Heraklion, but were repelled by the approximately 8,000 soldiers entrenched in the area. For the next days, fighting continued around Heraklion, with both sides sustaining heavy casualties. The German forces made several attempts to secure the area, but were consistently pushed back by the British and Greek defenders. On May the 22nd, at night, the first Axis naval landing was attempted to bring supplies and reinforcements to the island, but the British Navy pushed them back, destroying half of the transports. On May the 23rd, a new naval landing attempt was thwarted. At Rethymno, new counterattacks started to push back the Germans from the hill. On the same day, the bulk of the New Zealand forces around Malin started to retreat to new defensive positions, and the Germans enter Malin village. Those positions were soon threatened by fresh German forces moving in from the south, and the New Zealanders were forced back. After air attacks in Castelli on the 24th of May, elements of the 95th Mountain Regiment advanced on the town. On May the 25th, the German forces launched a concentrated attack on the Chania front. As the afternoon progressed, the New Zealand troops found themselves in an increasingly dire situation. Despite their efforts, They had to retreat under the overwhelming numerical superiority of the German forces. By the 27th, German forces break through the Allied defensive lines. Key Allied positions around Chania fall. The 5th Mountain Division and paratroopers drive the Allies into retreat. The battle was deemed lost by the British, and the decision was made to retreat across the White Mountains and reach Sfakia on the southern coast, where they will carry out their evacuation. On May the 28th, 3,000 troops from the Italian 10th Regiment, along with elements from the 9th Regiment of the Regina Division, executed a naval landing near Siscia and advanced eastward. On the same day, the main body of the Allies began their march over the mountains towards Sfakia. Despite continuous German attacks, the evacuation route remained open due to a breakdown in German communications. From May the 28th to June the 1st, troops were sent to Egypt, mainly from Sfakia. In total, about 18,000 of the 30,000 Commonwealth troops on the island were evacuated. However, British and Commonwealth troops, along with thousands of Greeks, remained on Crete when the island fell to German control on June the 1st. During the battle, the Allies, including British, Australian, New Zealand, and Greek troops, suffered significant casualties. The Commonwealth forces endured around 1,700 killed and 2,200 wounded, 1,600 missing and approximately 12,000 captured. German victory also came at great cost, with 6,500 casualties, including 1,900 killed, 2,500 wounded, and 1,800 missing, while the German Air Force lost 350 aircraft. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more history videos, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Stay tuned for our next video.